So I got well, where do I start? Where do I start, Juan? Hello.
I don't know.
How are you?
Good, good. And you? How's it going?
Oh man,
Good to have you back.
it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Sorry, TC was like, "Where's the show?" yesterday, and I'm sorry, I didn't post about there not being a show yesterday. I had to take Russell Course to the airport. It's Russell's fault. Friend asked for help, you help him. So anyway, that's what happened yesterday. Today we're going to talk about some Kekonomics, and that's going to be fun. But I got to tell you, I just got out of a meeting with Tuttle and Dennis about what they're building for AI God.
Cool.
It's fucking huge. It's fucking huge. Like, I'm a little bullish. The second they told me that idea, and I told everybody I did this just because it's like I know things people don't, so I wanted people to know, like, I know some stuff. I'm buying more AI God. You can do whatever the hell you want to do with that.
Wow. I'll stop you there. This is very, very dangerous. Because, yeah, we're talking micro caps. Yeah, it's really an unregulated space, but wouldn't that be considered insider information?
No, because
why?
People can buy back their own stock constantly, and they have to report it.
Yeah.
Right. So I bought some AI God, which is not a fucking stock, and the SEC does not apply, and it's a goddamn meme coin. None of this shit. Like, the people that are like, "Oh, please, granddaddy SEC, come and regulate us like you regulate." Fuck off. It just doesn't even make any sense. Like, it's so dumb. But I understand that people sometimes misunderstand that, right? So A, not a stock. B, the SEC doesn't apply. C, I fucking announced it. Right. So, like, all of my stuff is public anyway, right? Like, I'm only doing stuff with this stuff on the wallets. Everybody knows they're mine, so you can watch exactly what I do anyway. But still, I still announce it because,
yeah,
honestly,
that's true.
It's a thing, right? So again, people can decide to follow that, and also people should understand I'm a fucking idiot and I'm going to make stupid calls constantly. So if you follow me, you're going to get burned. I'll tell you right now, you're going to get burned. Anyway,
good.
That's my personal opinion about it. Other people could feel differently.
I fully agree, and but I think it's good to always make the disclaimer there.
No, and honestly, like, I think you're absolutely right to bring it up, just because, I mean, it's not an irrational thought, because a lot of people coming from any kind of normal investment world, like, that'll be on their minds probably, right? So we should at least establish how I personally see it, and the fact that there aren't actually any rules about it. But we're trying to still, like, I still want to be on the right side of this thing, of anything, frankly, while also being able to play in the game.
Yeah, no, I fully get it. What happens also is that the space is getting so weird. Just if you look at the coins that are traded in futures on Coinbase,
yeah,
there's a lot of people who says that those are the candidates for the next ETF.
Yeah, makes sense.
And what's in that list?
I don't know.
It's like 8 coins only.
Okay.
And one of those is Dogecoin.
Is it really?
And
Doge?
There's a lot of people who are betting on Dogecoin having an ETF in the near future.
I mean, but I've also, here's the problem with, like, anyone betting on anything. Every single time, Elon Musk rolls over in bed, somebody buys Dogecoin. Yeah. Right. And so, like, and the rumor, like, do you need to be on this list to get on the ETF? Do we have any actual evidence of that in any way?
No, come on. It has no scientific evidence.
Right.
I don't know how depth of our research is there behind that. I don't know. I'm just saying what you see on crypto Twitter and so on. It's not really something that I would use as investment advice, of course.
And definitely don't use anything I do for investment advice. But, like, here's the thing. Like, what's up, Matt? I guess I'm reserving the right to talk about anything that I get excited about, because that's I love doing that. And
that's good.
And people down the road, like, the second the bear market comes, there's going to be people like, you got really excited about this thing and the price went down, and I'm going to be the fucking bad guy. Like, I know this is coming. Right. And I have to make the call. Like, do I still want to do this and invite, all the crybabies to start crying in my direction? it's a small price to pay because I firmly believe in what we're building here, right? And the opportunity is fucking massive. It's so massive.
That I do. Indeed.
I spent the weekend, in the woods, like staring at trees and having ideas and stuff, and it just, I came away so much more convinced in what we're building and the position that we're in with Wax, and where we can take it, everywhere else. Like, this is the spot. I'm excited about this, especially considering just the family of products we have right now. The fact that I get to work with you guys, like, it's fucking go time.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't have coffee for 4 days, and I had a couple of cups of coffee this morning. So you guys might have to pay the price for that, me being a bit more ranty than usual. Whew. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the trees were awesome. And so was the ayahuasca. What? Kekonomics.
Yeah,
we should talk about Kekonomics. Otherwise, I'm going to start letting shit slip about what Tuttle and Dennis are building, and I'm not allowed to do that yet. So.
Okay, then let's move to Kekonomics.
Let's do it. All right. So I'm going to hop over to their Discord, because that's the announcements there are really easy to follow.
Because it's not easy finding all the details on how this mining and rocks and all of that works. So I think it's good if we manage to get some clarity there.
Yeah, I think I think the place that I was going to the Telegram and kind of running through the pin posts, you can do that. All the information is there. But the Discord's a little bit easier. I'm actually going to pull that up, and I kind of want to walk through not even just what they've done, but how they did it, which is real fun. All right, cool. Let's go. I'm going to put this up here and do this over here. All right. Okay. So, we'll just go on this one. So they dropped, this is what? It's the 13th. Jesus Christ, it was 15 days ago. This feels like it was a month and a half ago. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
That feels like it was like last year.
Dude, seriously. Time is speeding up. Just truth that the singularity is coming. So, the Kek launches this minor drop. And what I really loved about it, and I should actually probably pull up the things on Nifty just so I don't get this wrong. But so they start selling miners for mining packs for Kek. Smart, right?
Yeah.
And to the best of my knowledge, they let me just pull it up so I'm not talking out of my ass any more than absolutely necessary. Okay, so yeah, the Kek Miner Season 1, there was 1,500 packs for Kek. 80% of the Kek goes to the mining pool. 20% of Kek fees will be burned, right? So that's already massive. 5% is spent just buying them, and then 20% gets burned. And 80% goes to the rewards pool. Now, like, the thing that I keep going back to, and which is why what AI God is building is so interesting, and what, any project like Wiener, as an example, having this section where the rewards pool, just by the number of transactions, keeps going up, is so interesting. It starts as a massive carrot, right? For me, as somebody who owns some Kek and really wants to be part of the community and sort of grow my holdings if I can, that the fact that rewards pool is out there is always on my mind. And then, am I gonna buy some mining packs for Kek to get access to that reward, so that I'm sort of able to increase my holdings? Yes. And then, every single time I buy one of these things for Kek, 80% of it is going into the rewards pool. So I'm competing then for a pie that's double the size now.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, really interesting as well, right? So that's huge. They also did
but what do you do with your miners? Let's see that.
Yeah,
do you only have to hold them? Do you have to do something with them?
This is a long story.
Okay.
Let me finish this first bit. But yeah, no, we'll definitely get into all that, because what they kept doing over and over and over again is part of why I want to do a whole show about Kekonomics. By the way, I don't know, Juan, if you came up with the name Kekonomics, but it's gonna be a thing. Because I was saying 2 weeks ago, I was saying this is going to turn into a genre. It wasn't 2 weeks ago. It was less than 2 weeks ago. It was probably a week ago.
Yeah, so anyway, it was last week, I think.
Right. Yeah, because the whole thing has only been around for 15 days, which is still blowing my mind. So there's only 1,500 of these things you could have bought with Keck, and they sold out. And they had some for wax as well. Infinite amount until the 23rd, which was just 6 days ago, 5 days ago, whatever it is. So 40% of the wax is going to go to the mining pool, which is going to have to come later now because of the way they're doing that. We'll get to that later. 45% will go to buy Keck for the mining pool. Let me say that again. 45% of the wax that they brought in is going into buying Keck off the market to go into the mining pool. Like, just let that sink in for a minute and then go look at the Keck chart. You'll see what happened, right? And 15% of wax will go to development and marketing for Keck Miners Season 2. And the main reason why I really wanted to talk about this is because they're already doing Season 2 shit, right? Like, which is blowing my mind and was even like a little bit more complex than my poor little brain could deal with this morning, but I'm catching up slowly but surely. It's nuts. And there's a reason why they're able to do this. And I think it's going to be really interesting and really instructive for any project that's out there, right? Like, as somebody who owns Keck, I'm constantly being given a reason to use it to buy stuff to get more Keck, hopefully, which isn't necessarily the way it's going to go. So break down these mining packs. You had common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, and mythic. Of course, you had different mining powers for each one of them, different probabilities for those things coming out. All right, so that new farm was fun, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the blend your miners. So you open all your packs. You've got some uncommons, some commons. Some people, pulled some mythics. We all hate them. Some people like pulled some legendaries or whatever, right? Like the usual, like the pack opening thing. Like it's our shit, right? We're in Wax Degen Central. It's kind of how we live. So this is where I was like, oh shit, they're gonna do things differently from what I knew or expected. And I think people need to understand this. I need to understand it more, which is why I wanted to talk about it today. So blend your miners. You're going to be able to, stake your miners. And I don't think they said this at the time, but I sort of assumed because they did pepper stake for like just normal token to get token staking for a minute, right? So, the less NFTs you have, like, it might be simpler to stake them on pepper stake, right? So you can blend your NFTs to get higher rarities. So if you blend 4 commons plus a bunch of Keck, you're going to get 1 uncommon. If you blend 1 uncommon plus a bunch of Keck, you can get a rare, right? So like it's defaulting to, you can sort of clean up the amount of NFTs that you have, spend a shit ton of Keck, and constantly get better and better miners, right? So I started doing this immediately, just because it just kind of made sense, right? I'm gonna able to increase my mining power, and yes, all of the Keck I'm spending kind of hurts a little bit, but all of the Keck is going into the mining pool rewards. So it's increasing the pot of all the stuff that I'm sort of competing for with all of my NFTs that have, all of these mining powers. All this making sense so far, Juan?
Yeah, everything
right, cool.
Makes sense so far.
All right, I'm just finding myself ranting pretty intensely, so I want to just check in for a little minute, right? So, I went in hard on this, but a couple days later, and I don't know if it was because they didn't see too many people doing the blends. I have no idea. They might have had this planned before. And you remember, we were like, oh, people don't really know Keck. I wonder if they're going to do a good job. Well, they're doing a good job, in my humble opinion. So they announced these Keck Rocks thing, right? What do Keck Rocks do? No fucking clue. Maybe they're second season miners. I don't even know. I have no idea. But you could get different colors that have different weights and stuff like that. You blend your Keck miners. The number of blends that you did gave you access to buying rarity level crates that have Keck Rocks in them. Right now, I have no idea what that means, but I know I blended enough to be able to claim 1 at each level. So I got like 1 common Keck Rock crate or pack or whatever it is. And then for each one of the rarity levels, I managed to pick up 1. And that's because I did all the blending, like all the blending that I could do. There was like specific numbers that you could do. So if you did 1 blend, you got a 25% chance of a turquoise Keck Rock, 2 blends, right? All these different types of blends, what have you, right? They basically, and I don't know quite how this works, but it ends up that the number of blends you did equated the level of pack that you could do, right? So like, and I don't know how those numbers ended up working out.
I didn't know that part. That's the part with the rocks then.
Yeah. And so I think that claim is still open to the best of my knowledge. I hope I'm not wrong about that. But we'll just get down here. Go to Twitter raid, blah, 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 blah. Only 4 hours left to get your miners. So they ended the wax miners, right? And so yeah, here's the Kekonomics thing. So yeah, you can begin mining. They started that on the 25th, and that's again on pepperstake.online. And you just take all your mining NFTs and you stake them there, and it's automatic, and it's going to run for 1,000 hours, if I'm not mistaken. Like whatever their period is, I think it's 1,000 of those, so 5-6 weeks, whatever it is. And you can claim your Kekonomics. So this is where they're basically like there's common chests and uncommon chests, et cetera, right? So depending on how many blends you did is how like what the number of spots on this that you could claim, right? So I did as many blends as I could, and I got down to the ability to claim one of these mythic things. And again, let's see if they're still on, just see if I'm full of shit. I can't see. It looks like it's still going. Yeah, so oh, that's interesting. So even the each one of the chests, so the way that they did that, if you have a common chest, you got 25% chance of a common Kekonomics in the pack. So I'm assuming that we might not even like get them. Yeah, that's what it is. So uncommon, two blends, 50% chance of common, and 25% of uncommon Kekonomics. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna make us blend these fucking packs with more Kek to get this rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I bet you anything that's what they're gonna do. You fucking assholes. It's so smart. Like, and this is the lesson I'm trying to get one. At every stage, I need to have Kek and use Kek to do the next thing, right? And all of it's incorporated NFT, and all of this is because of the tool you guys built that lets you take an NFT and take a token and blend that to get something else, right?
Yeah,
that's a clutch tool, and I think we're finally seeing it getting its it's getting put through its paces, which is really amazing. All right, so what do those Kekonomics do? No fucking clue. I have no idea.
Come on, we're talking economics here. You were supposed to do your homework.
Nobody, I don't think anyone knows. I don't think anyone knows. Kek, if you're watching this, tell us what the fucking rocks do, kid. Jesus. But I mean, here's the thing, like they're gonna do something. So yeehaw. And really, you got them basically for free for doing stuff in the community, whatever, right? For doing those blends. So that's fun. So all that stuff's happening. So now my miners are mining. I picked up these Kekonomics chests and rock and roll. So I think I got all that set up yesterday. I was very sad because it all launched Saturday and I was in the woods with no connection, so I couldn't do it until Monday. Boo me. So I come home and they're like, okay, Kek Miner season 2, get ready. I'm like, what?
What is that?
What are you talking about? There's no way.
Yeah.
So this is I guess the other reason why I wanted to talk about this stuff today, because it's just like they're pounding the pavement with new stuff. Now,
yes, and I think what really matters here is that there's always a new use case for your Kek.
Yes,
you always have something to do with it. Of 100%. Course, you want to get more, and that's why you are doing this, because you want to get more. But there is a way to do it. There is a way to engage with the community.
Yeah, it's super smart. And again, I think like it's setting a pace and a precedent that's pretty intense. But I mean, again, go look at the Kek chart and ask yourself how this is going, right? It's pretty good. So season 2, it's been a huge success. And again, like they're thinking about it in terms of it being done. You have your NFTs. They're in a staking pool that has token in it. That's going to go until it runs out, right? And that's it. That's done. And so I love how the fact like they package that. They're not sitting on their laurels. They're not taking their time. They're like, okay, here's the next thing, right? Which is awesome. So Miter season 2 is going to start Thursday, bringing lots of improvements, better chances of making ROI, increased amount of Kek packs available. Season 2 minor packs contain a small chance of including a random Kekrog chest. Again, what do the Kekrogs do? No fucking idea. No clue. No idea. And do I still want them? Yes.
Of course.
Of course. So here's a question I have. Like I don't know how much of the rewards pool stuff they put into season 1. And or if they used all of it, right? That was sort of accruing in their sort of transaction fee rewards account, right? I should probably go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
So, the better chances of making an ROI. I'm interested to see how they will accomplish that. And I'm kind of sad because I fucking wailed into season 1 real hard. And I don't have any more CAC. So if you make more on the next ROI, that's like fucking you fuckers. But again, like every one of these things should have an improvement, right? So like while early adopters aren't always going to do the best all the time because projects are learning all the time. Believe me,
but
I
you
don't
know
really give a shit.
that's also why as an investor, let's say that you can call this investing.
Yeah.
As an investor, you should always have dry powder available. You should not spend everything.
I spent a huge amount of time thinking about that mechanism that we can't talk about probably exactly, that your idea as far as like the what we could plausibly do with LP rewards in our own sort of stuff, but that needs to be a thing that happens. And I think like it needs to be any way that we can help people, and by people I mean me, to automate the rendering to USDT or whatever you consider to be dry powder is something that I almost feel it now as a responsibility in the space, right? Because we talk a lot about. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know that's without going into the details, that tool is something that should exist for any token on any chain, and you should be able to use it. If people should have some kind of strategy to always take some profits and reinvest when where there is an opportunity. But most of the time, most of the people, they ape into something, and if things go wrong, they lose. If things go right, they don't take profits, and they end up losing. So,
this is something I was talking to my buddy Travis, who runs the place that I was at this weekend, was talking about the Doge movie, where like apparently like the Doge king or the main YouTube guy or whatever for Doge was up to like, and he was like mortgaged his house, did all this stupid crazy shit or whatever, buys Doge when it was like pretty low, ends up at like 8 million, 8.5 million, sitting on it. So I'm not going to sell till it hits 10 million. Of course, does it hit 10 million? No. Right. So he goes back down to nothing, basically. And that, I mean, honestly, I just to tell everybody flat out, I did that last cycle, right? Like I had a pretty decent amount at one point for me, and got really distracted buying the uplift back from the a-holes and like getting really stressed out and all this crazy shit or whatever, and I just rode it to nothing. And then when taxes hit, we had to sell at the actual bottom, like that. You want to find out why I was depressed and like a little bit crazy in the head? That is why. Like I'm really grateful that I'm actually kind of past that now, but fuck was it dumb. Like just I need to save myself from myself, because we get into this, and everybody does it, right? Like the whole market gets into this ecstatic, if you look at, I was showing you on, the where are you on the whole, Wall Street cheat sheet thing, right? And it was like the kind of going towards belief, but like maybe not fucking depressed, stupid bullshit, right? But the other side of that is complete irrational positivity. Right, like the second people start screaming, "Oh, this is a new paradigm, it's going to go up forever," fucking sell button, sell button, sell button, sell button, and I didn't, right? And so, really, the only thing I think I ever did really right in this space was when our planet started to get really nuts. I was selling every day, every day. and taking profit, and everybody else wasn't. And I kept screaming at anybody that would listen, if you're not taking profit, you're gonna get burned. If you're constantly re-upping over and over and over and over and over again, you're gonna get smashed. And a lot of people did, and a lot of people were really pissed about it. And I was like, well, this is one of those few times where I got it right. It has to happen. And so not only that, what your main idea, but I think like even incorporating all your other ideas as far as like the things that are possible to be automated. I want all of them, and I want all of them yesterday.
And they will happen. Right now, what happens is that we're focusing on the tools.
Of course.
I haven't shown you yet, but the winner launch will be all configured from the UI, because the UI is already there. It's not where I want it, because it's something that I can use, but not a normie won't be able to use it.
Okay.
Or a mogul, as you call them.
A muggle.
But what we're doing now is working on making that UI really mogul friendly. So yeah.
So what we should do? We should have Megan. By the way, shout out to the Wiener Queen. You laughed at that. If it's lame that I keep calling you the Wiener Queen, let me know. I know that it's not, but I needed to offer just because you're a really good friend and I love you. But Wiener Queen is too funny. Anyway, also like those memes as NFTs are necessary.
Yes.
Anyway, so maybe we should have Megan and AJ test it out as sort of our up and coming total muggles new to the space.
I'm not sure if they should be doing that, because I don't want anything to go wrong with this launch yet.
No. I mean, like just like in the test phase, right? Like their brain, they're very in this, right? They're thinking about a lot, but they're gonna sort of notice the UX things that a muggle would notice. That not that they should use it to do the thing. We should still do the thing for this one, but like as far as being some sort of high quality testers.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah,
cool. Awesome. Oh, man, I almost want to like just end the show right now so I can tell you what Tuttle and Dennis are doing. It'll be like the shortest show we've done in like a gazillion years, all because I'm too jacked about this stuff. And I think the way it's getting organized, it's going to benefit Wiener. It's going to benefit Uplift. It's going to benefit Keck if they want to fuck around with it, even though they definitely don't need any help. Like it's AI God is going to be the primary test case for it, and will be kind of how it gets rolled out. But it's I think going to be profoundly effective for any project that wants to take part in it, which is really fun.
Cool.
Yeah, it's real cool. That's really good. Anyways,
now I need to know what it is.
But I know. I honestly, like when we're done the call, I'll just there's test versions of it up and running already. So
cool.
We'll go over that, and I'll give you access to test it too, because we need to sort of walk through all the mechanics of their thinking on this stuff and things like that. But yeah, you're gonna need AI God to fuck around with it. I'll tell you that right now. Yep, it's gonna be good. Okay, so what else is going on? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go over to Wax on Edge and check up on all of our buddies' stuff.
Yeah, I have to say that besides Keck, almost all the other memes have been going down in activity, which is kind of normal. We have to there's something we have to really fine-tune, is the way we are going to give rewards, like the Alcor farms. I think that it's taking too long to set up set them up. So I think we have to, whatever it is, figure out how to speed up that process, or find an alternative, maybe Taco, maybe, I don't know, we'll have to see.
Yeah, just for Megan, you're gonna need to know this, because we're gonna have to figure this out for Wiener. There's projects like Schipple, really good friends of ours. They own the token contract, like the Wax account attached to that, right? So because of the way Alcor works, you have to have the token contract of at least one of the tokens to set up farms. And so we can go to Shipple and say, here's some wiener or some AI god or whatever. Go set this farm up for us. And Bill Shipple does that because he's fucking fantastic, right? So even Lithium, like we don't own, it's a third party token contract. So I can't set up Lithium farms, right? So the same issue here for all the Launchbacks tokens, the account that has the token contract on it, you said it's going to basically be deprecated, right? Like nobody's going to have access to it.
Basically what happens is that we remove the permissions because that is safer for everybody. Once the token was configured this way and it's going to behave like this, it's immutable. Nobody else will be able to change it.
So that's the Lithium thing right off the bat. But it means that we can't do anything on Alcor without having them do it for us.
Exactly. Because I think that they are, in my opinion, they are following the wrong approach right now because that should be permissionless. If I want to reward you for creating a nifty USDT farm, by all means, go and do it. I don't care. That's being decentralized. So I don't understand why do you need the keys to the contract? It's even not good for end users, not good for token holders.
And maybe they have a reason that we don't know about, but I totally agree.
Maybe there is indeed.
Maybe they don't want, like, they're trying to cut down on spam or something like that. I don't know, but like there's different ways to cut down on spam. You could charge us, $5 to set up every pool or something like that.
For example, or you can simply have something like what we're preparing for Launchbacks, where you say, okay, this is good quality. If it's not at least at this point, I won't even show that token in my list. Go and find it with the URL directly.
I love that idea, right? Because then people can share it. You can still do it. It's still permissionless. Yes, but they don't have to show it on their website.
Exactly. That's my point. Yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot. So either way, Alcor, if you're ever listening to this, we love you. We love the tools that you use. I still use you every day, and I probably always will to some extent or another. But yeah, like there's going to be a lot of projects that can't use you because of the way that this is set up.
Well, any project that comes from Launchbacks won't be able to use it because we prioritize token holders' safety over being able to show that you are the owner. That's so egotistic. Ego feels good because I'm the owner of the token. No, fuck you. Come on, go away. You don't have to own the token contract. Own the token, have it in your wallet, see it grow in value. But you don't have to be the owner of the contract. Come on.
Juan dropping bombs up in this bitch. I'm here for it. I'm not mad at all. I don't even remember what I was going to say. Oh, so the main reason we're having this discussion is the Wax AI God pool that is very, very sexy rewards is actually live now. Zoller helped Dennis get that set up, but again, like those guys are really busy. So what would have been done early last week took until now to get launched, right? Which is why this is kind of on our minds.
Well,
like we're not going to be able to last that long. Like we can't wait that long. But again, like they're busy. Fine, whatever.
Yeah, and I have to add something there. There was an account that still needed to be whitelisted, and I whitelisted it this morning. So that also might have something to do with this.
No, perfect. Okay, and apologies to Ziller then because he was waiting on something else.
Yes.
Anyways, like we like having those things being dependencies so that like somebody like Dennis is waiting that long when like everybody in the AI God Telegram channel is like, and he said the tokens already and blah blah blah. So no, thank you for letting me know that because that's important to note that Zeller was probably waiting for us for something. So great, awesome. Either way, it's live now, which is awesome. And figuring out ways to get more efficient on that is on our mind.
Yeah, and I think it's part of the learning process because we didn't know that we had to transfer the token to someone at Alcor, and then they will transfer it to the pool, and then they will be taxed, so they were not able to transfer the full amount. And it makes sense because there's a tax on the there's a
transaction
on transfer fee.
I know everybody else calls it a tax, but I'm going to stick to my guns.
No. I've been doing my research this morning for the UI, and it's called an on transfer fee.
Excellent.
Yes.
Fantastic. Hey, are you guys going to do one of those sexy pop-ups?
I don't know. Are we? I don't know how it's.
I guess we really don't because we're not. When people are able to do transactions on the page, right? Because I think like ultimately we want to have some wax on edge or somebody like having the swap pool little widgets on the page? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if I'm doing that there and I'm using a token or buying a token where there's that fee and it's going to impact, could we have one of those pop-ups like you get on Jupiter on Sol that be like, hey, just heads up, like this is happening and you should be aware of it and blah, 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 blah. So it's not just some like weird error message that nobody really understands up in the top corner.
Yeah, I think that's a very good observation. We should have a clear, something very clear as the moment we detect a token that uses, that has a tax, we will show it. But, there's something here. In Solana, there's a standard for that. In Wax, we don't have a standard for that. So if it's a token created with our contract, then it will be very easy to identify that it has a tax.
Yeah.
But if it's a token created with a different contract, then there's no easy way for us to identify that, because
I mean, we
just don't know how it was implemented.
Right. So we could like figure it out for, like, I'm just imagining like, Keck and Chad, will have profile pages because they're going to be able to be rated or whatever, like at some point when we get all that stuff done. But like, we know them. So like we could probably just figure that out for those two. But if there's like 100 that come out, we probably wouldn't be able to keep up.
Yeah. So I think it's, we will have to find a way. But
it's really cool.
But the idea is that
confirmation kind of thing.
The idea is that everybody should be using launchbags, because you will get a great ecosystem with a lot of partners giving safety and security to your users. You will get liquidity. You will be part of all the crazy stuff that we have planned with NFTs and so on and so forth, and you will have liquidity provided for you, and you will have the benefits should be enough to make you
there's 1,000 reasons why people want to launch on launchbags. I just I keep thinking in terms of the having a rating system such that every token that's out there that kind of gets on our radar can have its own profile page, because like the number of interplays between Keck and AI God could be very numerous right down the future, and they're part of our ecosystem and a very important part, in my humble opinion. But I mean, I'd love to have Lithium on there, even though Lithium isn't going to score that well initially, right? Because like it's the I don't know, well it might, but like there's a few things where like the actual supply is like the possible supply is like massive, right? Just because the way they made tokenized NFT, I didn't make that, right? So like that's all kind of baked in. But I'd still love to have a profile page there. All the farms are in one place. All the like our featured swaps are in one place. Like that'll be amazing even for Uplift to be able to do that. And then hopefully we can sort of have a lot of cross pollinizations with Wiener and AI God and all the other.
And with something like Lithium, it's even harder, because there's a lot of tokenized NFTs that represent the token. So how can we track that?
The total supply, right?
Yeah,
you
so
can't.
it's really challenging.
I could probably write a script for a calculation for it, right? But like Launchbag shouldn't be responsible for trying to figure that shit out. It's ridiculous, right? So like Lithium is its own case, and honestly, this is part of the reason why I want to launch Shards. But the Shards token launched on Launchbags is fucking inevitable, because I want to have Uplift have something on Launchbags.
Yes, but that's also something I think that it's very important, having standardization on the blockchain. And I think that on Wax we haven't been as proactive as we could have been, standardizing a lot of a lot of things that could be standardized, like the contracts. For tokens.
It's interesting for sure. Well, and seriously, like I think maybe it's the rating system that ultimately starts to put some pressure on that, right? I mean, I want to get like whatever project I'm involved in, I want to get that rating as high as I possibly can, right? So maybe there becomes a sort of a standardization for figuring out TVL, for example, or figuring out with the health of your liquidity pools across the whole network, or right, like something like that.
In the end, in the end, it's like a little bit like the atomic asset standard. It's not that it was standardized and they said, okay, guys, let's all use this because this will be the standard and it's open source and so on and so forth. No, it became the standard because everybody was using it, and Yeah, why will you use something different if all the tools are built
Yeah,
for this type of
that's
contract?
interesting.
So yeah, that's what we have to do. Make sure that
Yep.
we are giving so many benefits to the people who are using our contracts, our
Yeah,
platform, that it becomes the
the
standard.
standard. Yeah, well, that
Yeah,
makes sense to me, right? Because I mean, like having automatic position and points on the rating system is like tons of the marbles. Like,
yeah,
is it going to be possible to be successful outside the system? Of course it is. But yeah, no, I totally agree. We want to like just constantly load value into, why would people bother to launch on Launchpad, so much so that
yeah.
it really can potentially become a standard. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah, and I think that with the complementary tools that we will be working on, all the NFTs and all of that, I think that it will make a lot of sense to use Launchbacks instead of developing your own stuff.
Right? I like it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. Fun.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, Wiener.
Winner.
So I got to catch up on a bunch of stuff today. There's a bunch of projects that have already signed up on the form. There's a few more that need to. So one, we should probably start thinking. I have to get them. We got to get Megan and AJ an NFT collection. That's probably the next step, right?
Yes, that would be very good.
And then design, if you guys haven't already, Megan, the sort of precursor NFTs per community with each of their little logos on it. That was a really fun thing, I thought, for the way that AI God did that. And then on and should we do it the same way? Did they do bounty ones on their side too? Yes, they did. So we're gonna have, again, still the two different kinds of NFTs, right? There's going to be the community NFTs, just kind of community participation, however those communities decide to do that stuff, right? And then the bounty side, which is basically like kind of
Yeah,
attention or social media related, right?
what we have to be careful there is how will we get the balance that you are able to have enough bounty NFTs to match the number of community NFTs
So we've got all those
that you
numbers.
have.
Yeah. I shared.
Yeah, but wait. Remember last time there were, I don't know which ones were more scarce, if the community or the bounty NFTs.
Oh yeah, no, it ended up being the bounty NFTs, but I think that's
Okay, and it will happen again, and this time
it won't happen again. Here's why.
why?
I was the only one running bounties. All the projects are going to be able to run bounties. It's gonna flip.
Okay,
It's gonna be the other way.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is the reason why we wanted 2 weeks instead of 3 days, right? So like every single one of these communities is going to get, they can do snapshot stuff or, own this NFT or burn this NFT, whatever they want to do to get the community side of the blend, right?
Okay.
And then the bounty stuff, run your own social media bounties every day, right? Like here's your initial allotment of NFTs based on your community size. Run out, come ask us for more, right? Because we want to have as many of those things out there as humanly possible, because they're going to stack, right? Every single one of those blends that you successfully do is going to get you a ticket. Every single one of those tickets is going to allow you to have a for sure buy during the pre-sale. And so we want to, have as many of those out there as people can reasonably do, right? So like the community ones, whatever your community size is, right? You run, some awesome event and it runs out because, you basically ran through that many bounty NFTs. Great, rock and roll, get out of here, right? And so one of the things we're going to be doing as well, like I'm going to be running bounties on the Launchbag side, like every day, every other day. So there's going to be a lot of the bounty side stuff going out besides that. And really, like we need to have Launchbag's community NFTs as well, just because I think, like, then I can start running community side stuff even without anybody's help, right? Like, oh, you own some AI Gon and some Lithium, boom, like we're gonna send you some even on our end, right?
Yeah, and now that you say that, then that makes me think that we need to create another NFT on our site for the Launchbags community, the community NFTs for Launchbags. But yeah,
I mean, all those would come from, if they're going to come from Wiener for that, they could still come from Wiener, right? Because the tickets are going to come from our end.
They can, but there are special cases. For example, Betsy's. I'm planning to release a Wiener Betsy, and Betsy is ready. The Wiener Betsy. So Betsy holders will receive the packs to blend and get their accessories and so on. Yeah. So that is something that we have to do. There's it's not possible. Yeah, Megan will have a very hard time creating all the layers for a successful
Yeah.
Betsy.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. No,
that one
I
we
agree.
have to do it. And I
Well,
don't know if there
that's
are other
every community.
communities.
Yeah. So, but the where that would go though. So having that, like you need to have or build the Wiener NFT, the Wiener Betsies.
Yes,
It's
the
fucking
winner
funny.
Betsies.
The Wiener Betsies to get the community NFT for the Betsies.
Yes.
That's gonna come from all of the community NFTs that are gonna come from the Wiener NFT collection, right? So that's
Yeah.
like all, like we're gonna have 10, 15, 20 collections, partner projects, or whatever that are gonna be partnered with Wiener. So Megan, that means that we need to make NFTs for each one of those, right? And there's the easiest way to do it is just gonna have like a standard community one and a standard bounty one, and then have different logos for all the different projects on it. We can talk about that. That's something we should have. We should try and get that done today, just so we can get started on this process. Did Betsy fill out the form?
Betsy's too lazy to fill out the form.
All right. Well, Uplift was too lazy to fill out the form too, and Uplift should get shit together. And by Uplift, I mean me. All right. So
and
yeah,
you
I'll
mean
send
Betsy should also get
I
her
mean,
shit
well,
together?
and
Oh man.
and Nefty Show,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all that stuff, right? So, and Launchbags itself, just so we can
Yes.
have it all standardized in one spot, and like we can get organized. The Wiener thing is going to be so hilarious. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah, we need Wiener Queen fucking NFTs. It's just I'm not going to be happy until that's a thing.
Yeah.
Ah! Anyways, so yeah, tons to do. It's going to be lots of fun. And yep.
Yeah, and we need a date. When are we going to launch Winner?
Let's get the first round of community NFTs and bounty NFTs out to people and firm the system up completely.
Okay.
Have it all written down so that people know exactly what's going on, how long everybody has.
Yes.
Right, like once we have that in place, then we could say, okay, communities, you have this long to use all the things that you have. If you use them faster and ask for more, you're probably going to get them. So fucking get to work, and then we can maybe announce that.
Yes.
Cool beans. So I'll tell you right now, I've got ideas to run through, like whatever Uplift gets right off the bat. We're going to be able to run through 2 sets of it. It just means I got to do more bounties, right? And that goes for every project. Do more bounties, get more shit.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Cool beans.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
It actually wasn't really occurring to me how freaking massively smart that idea was until right now. Huh. All right. Good talk. So what else is going on?
I don't know.
I was going to run through
a lot of things going on with the NFTs or something on Wax. I don't know if there's a cool NFT project right now. Some PFPs. I'm not aware of anything going on.
All right. Let me do what I was going to do before and run through. Whoa.
Oh yes, we were going to do this.
This is probably a little better. Okay, so where we go here. All right, so PXJ is still crushing it, man. Almost $1 million, $720,000 volume in 30 days. Like, what are they doing, and how I want to learn how that's happening. It's crazy. Wombat got into the top 10 because of their immutable deal, and they're going to be doing a bunch of drops to staked Wombat. So market went up a little bit on that. Shill has been hanging out at number 6 for a while, dropped down to number 8, but it's still freaking powerhouse. Look at this shit. Oh man. Keck is in the top 10. If I'm not mistaken, for the second time. Let's freaking widen this chart out a little bit. I mean, yeah, somebody was like, oh no, somebody dumped. All right, good talk. Look at that. That just got chewed right up.
Yeah.
Man, that's a sexy trend line there, kids. I don't care who you are. All right, so running through some more of our buddies. Taco still trucking. So I want to find out more about this AIMR thing. I looked at a little bit of their stuff, and they're basically, and I want somebody to prove me wrong about this. So far, I'm not impressed, but I don't know enough to really have a decent opinion about it. I've got too many opinions about AI as it is, but it looks like they're trying to do some like community thing where, you know, you can sort of put your data in and it trains large language models or trains new models. There's so many open source models out there that anything that's like, hey, we're going to spend $1 trillion or whatever on training models to create more stuff is deeply uninteresting to me, because there's just so much out there right now that's already done, and people have spent like hundreds of millions of dollars to billions of dollars creating models that are going to blow any of these things out of the water. Now, if you're, you know, anybody part of that project wants to come on and tell me I'm full of shit, please do. Like, I'd love to have you on and learn about what you're doing. I'm really fucking opinionated when it comes to the AI stuff. But I hope it works out. Nefty is still crushing it at number 15. Taco's been doing good. AI God is still doing freaking fantastic in the top 20. Lithium got edged out of its 16-17 or 16-15 spot, or 17 spot. It's number 18 now, but I'm not mad. That TVL is a little bit on my mind, but yeah, we got tons of stuff coming for Lithium. I'm not even worried about it. So that's fun. RDAO is still a thing. I used to have some of that. Chad got edged out of the top 20. Man, that's crazy. Somebody launched shit. I mean, who doesn't like a good shit token? By the way, I don't know who this team is, but even like just having the like toilet paper roll on the thing, I want to own some of this now. Now, the next question is $1.7 million in 30-day volume. They're bot trading this. I guarantee you they're bot trading this. So that's another thing to kind of look out for. Or they're just wash trading it, because there's no way in hell that 1.7 million has run through this token in the last little bit. What's the I mean, TVL is pretty strong, though. Again, somebody part of this project wants to tell me I'm full of shit, please do, because I could be. I don't have inside information on that. AC is down a little bit, but AC's the one that 9x'd. AC and Chad are part of the Martian community. So that's still doing really good. I keep hearing about Realm, and obviously our buddy Scron talks about NFT battle miners. I think he goes to sleep thinking about it constantly. So we got to find out where. I'm trying to figure out where M-Source down here, our buddies over at Apex Conquest, and what's the other one? Castles,
yeah.
All right.
Castles.
Oh, there's Beats. Yeah, Beats is 48, and they're down there. It's actually crazy that Honey's all the way down there. By the way, if there's anybody in the Herb team that wants to come on the show, I'd love to have you guys on. The Herb is they created the Telegram bot where you can like rain any kind of token on all that stuff. Keck loves it. They have tons of fun with all that stuff.
Yeah,
haven't seen it. Our good buddies over at Broke. Oh, Antlers is another thing that is connected to the Martian Chad ACK sort of collaboration. This is Broken Dolls. If you don't know any, like, honestly, owning some Broken Doll stuff is just a good idea in my humble opinion, because the guy's fucking badass. We'll have Ohad back on the show pretty soon. So there's your sort of top 50 token roundup. Obviously, anybody who is any of these tokens that hasn't been on the show yet, the door's open. Please fire us a DM or hit us on Twitter or whatever. We'll get you on the show. Okay, so yeah, TC season 2 miners coming out this Thursday for Keck. Oh yeah, the AI Gods snapshot today, which thank you, by the way, Primo, for that. So yeah, Dennis is doing an AI God snapshot. He's got some things to be sending out to people that are holding AI Gods. So it's if you don't have any, I would suggest getting some. I don't have firm knowledge of this, but being in the top 100 or 200 holders is probably a very good idea. And
so you're saying I should buy more?
I mean, I honestly, considering what's coming, yes. I mean, I announced in public when I found out what they might do, I almost doubled the amount of AI God that I was holding.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be like just I will tell you guys as soon as I possibly fucking can, and it's going to be this week. Like that, like I really think we're going to be able to have their testing done. It's very AI related. It's very similar to projects that have been larger than anything on Wax, in the way that it's gamified. And I can't stop using it even on the test phase of it. It's really fun. Anyway, so, but again, I know it's dumb that I'm announcing an announcement, but I'm telling you everything that I can right now. So TC, we actually, the whole first half of the show was all about Kekonomics. Season 2 miners coming out Thursday, so it's another excuse to go buy Kek, because I'm sure they'll be sold for Kek, in a limited run. But again, I think it's really important to, and I should have thought about more about this. I automatically want to kind of whale into everything because the whole FOMO thing, you want to be early or whatever. But what Juan was talking about, I think it's something that we need to train ourselves to do. Always have dry powder. It I think very often makes far more sense to be thinking of doing all of the things instead of doing some of the things, even if it's all the things that are going to come out just for Kek. Right now that we're starting to understand what their cadence is going to look like, it's not like mining season. And this is what I thought. It was an assumption, and I was wrong. Right? I figured, okay, this mining season is going to happen. They're going to let it run until the end of it, and then do another one. No, they're not. Like, the second that it's in place, they're like, yeah, hold my beer. They're going to do another one, right? Which is really amazing. But you look at the token price. Where do you want that to be? And like, do I want to have some token that's just sitting there? That can hopefully take advantage of whatever price upswings are potentially to happen, right? So I should have been thinking more holistically, even in that one token, about doing all the things. I'm going to have some in reserve. I'm going to have some in mining. I'm going to have some here, and I'm going to have some dry powder for whatever these fucking crazy bastards are going to come up with next. And that's probably going to be true for all the tokens that are coming out, right? Like having a yes and strategy, not only among tokens but among the whole thing. Is probably going to be the thing that makes the most sense, because we don't know how projects will learn in advance over time, and if the best opportunity is going to be 3 months from now or now. Like, there's not really any way to know, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, but here's what I know: I'm bullish as fuck. Like, fucking religiously bullish as fuck.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, that's. Yep.
I already got some more AA God, just in case. You never know.
Just in case. You never know. These things are going to become important. And dude, I'm going to show you why right now. Let's end the show here. Oh, wait a minute. No. TC sent me some pictures. I don't know what they look like, but I'm probably going to want to share them with all you crazy motherfuckers. Oh yes. Oh, TC, you're a fucking godsend, sir. It's just so good. I'm going to show you the one that is the least good first. Here's a little queen. What's up, little queen? But Megan, I swear to God, I hope you're watching still. Here's you right here. Fucking, here's the wiener queen, motherfuckers. It's so good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need 50 iterations of this. It's just so good.
That's a very good one. I like it.
Oh man. The hot dog queen. I mean, I think AJ should get this as a tattoo, is what I think. Anyway, awesome.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Yes, it's good to be back.
I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed this morning just because there's so many things, and it's actually kind of easier to just keep on all of this stuff. But I am definitely going to have to start being the one. I had an awesome conversation with the wife. The way to do work-life balance is to stop talking about it and do it. I'm taking weekends off. I have to, especially considering I work all weekends anyway with the music stuff. Like, at least during the day, I can spend time with the Babs, and yeah, that way we can sort of set a pace where we can do this the entire time, and even through the bear market, which again I keep talking about, but how do you do it? And so doing it is on my mind. Anyway, yep, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Juan, you want to share any pearls of wisdom before we break for today and come back tomorrow?
Wisdom coming from Juan, I think that's not
dude.
No,
every single thing that you say is wisdom bombs, as far as I'm concerned, even when it's a joke. That's how I take it anyway.
I will have to think about that.
All right,
but
no quick
wisdom.
answers. You're contemplating it first. There's the wisdom. All right,
wisdom.
Give me the double thumbs up, and I'm closing this sucker. Boom.